Hey everybody, what's going on? Audrey here. Welcome back to my channel. Today is a homeschool video coming at you. If you are new to me, I post faith videos every single Wednesday at 9 a.m. and then I get on live every single Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time to pray with you and then to also have a live chat. And I also sprinkle a little bit of homeschool videos in between. So here we go with today's homeschool video. It is all about an awesome program called Night Zookeeper. Let's get into it. So I guess about 2 months ago now, I was approached by the company Night Zookeeper and they said, hey, we're a writing instructional online program. Are you interested? And at first I was a little bit hesitant because I don't want to bog my kids down. I didn't know how this would work with our current writing program, which is IEW, as you know. And once I started to actually look into Night Zookeeper and see what they had to offer, I couldn't say no. I couldn't pass up the opportunity that they were giving me. So here's the thing with Night Zookeeper, is it is an online writing program. There are games that are associated with writing. The kids write stories and there is an actual teacher on the backside who's looking over what your child is typing out and writing and providing feedback for them, which is great. Now, here's how it works with a teacher and with writing, is that there are writing prompts. So there was one particular writing assignment about a little bee. And what it does is it prompts the child with different questions as they are writing, and then they have to type it in. For the younger ones, for my 6-year-old, there are many more prompters than for the 10-year-old. So what I really want to do right now is you're going to jump inside of my computer so that I can show you what all is involved with Night Zookeeper for my 6-year-old, and then we'll switch over to the 10-year-old. So they've been using this for the past month and they absolutely love it. So let's take a look at my computer and see what's going on with it. All right, so here you'll see that this is the main page, your zoo, writing, here's games and their lessons. So I really like that they have this right here. It's moving around so they can actually see, hey, I need to address something. So let's click on messages and see what's going on there. Here are the messages. So there are different writing challenges and you can earn points for it. You can read them. You can see what the friends are. 2 of your writings have been published. That's pretty neat. So that's awesome. So here, the more that you write, you earn different points, and it's just like any other program where when you earn points, you can apply them to what the program has you doing. So this is a night zoo, and when they're first starting out, as you can see here, there's a little policeman and it has a little blob head. So you can decorate him, you can name him and all. Okay, let's click on lessons. And the episodes that you can watch teach the structure of writing and so forth, which is great. So let's click watch now. Meet Will Rivers.
Hey fellow Night Zookeepers, Night Zookeeper Josh here. I've just returned from the Whispering Woods, where the spying giraffes had all disappeared again. It turns out they were playing hide and seek and had all turned invisible. The game had gone on for 6 months. Anyway, it's time for another episode. Tonight, we are going to be learning all about proper nouns and common nouns.
So as you can see here, it's an instructional video, but it's fun. You actually follow along this guy through the woods and teaching you all about the structure of grammar. So let's continue. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit here to the end, and you can see what we know so far. So it's a review before ending the video, proper nouns, their meanings, and then some examples as well. So let's exit out of here. And then what you do is, where it says pitch for you, this is Birdie's explanations, and this one is the one that my son had actually done. So I'll open this up and show you what he did. All right, so here's one of the things that he that he wrote. Once upon a time, there were bees everywhere. Then a bee hunter came. He lived in a home next to the bees. They were exceptional because they wanted honey. When you do these types of stories, it sort of prompts them and gets them going. So this is a nice compliment to what we're doing with IEW because it's a different way of writing for him. What we're doing with IEW is we are writing keyword outlines. We are using constant dress ups and things. So his writing on here is a little bit different than it is regular writing at his desk with IEW and pen and paper, because now he's actually having to type it, which is something that I will say, if your child does not know how to type, this is not the program for them. They need to be able to type and they need to be able to read on their own. If they can't, then this program will not work for you and you'll have to sit there with them and read it with them and so forth. It will read it to them, but if they have missed something, then they'll have to go back and listen to the whole thing, or you'll have to help them. So it really is a benefit if your child can read on their own. So what's great is that you have some corrections by one of the teachers and one of the staff members who are behind the scenes at Night Zookeeper. So just giving a little bit of feedback every single time the child writes, they will get feedback and then they will get points. Let's go into some of the games here. So once they're done with lessons, they can go into games and earn additional points. It shows you who else around the world is actually playing right now. So there are other children who are in the UK, which is super fun, Canada, and you can see it's really nice because it's kind of like a classroom environment without being in the same room. And so someone could be doing a writing assignment, 6 hours, 7 hours ahead of my child, and they can have a little friendly competition with each other to see, all right, how are you writing? So it really is neat. The forest word climb, let's click on that. And this little creature, as it's loading here, this little creature he created, and they get you to create it. Hop on the word with a similar meaning.
Shove. Sit. Litter. Fetch. Protect. Sob. Pack.
So as you can see, this is a great thesaurus game. So let's take a look and see what happens when you don't get it correct. Oh, the leaf went away.
Pack.
Okay, and so that is how, they use process of elimination, but you can see that this is starting to get them to use those dress up words and see it's a thesaurus game. It's a synonym game, which is awesome because you don't want someone being just like this one trick pony. You don't want your student to be just a one trick pony, right? You want rich vocabulary. You want to expand their vocabulary. And that is what they do with a lot of these games, which is fantastic. Okay, let's show you the right now. All right, I'm gonna click on this and then it's not timed, so that's why I'm gonna click on this one. Write a story, and see up here, I had mentioned about reading it. So it can read to you if I click on that right now. But it really is helpful if your student can read to themselves and can type. So write a story about the time I met a dinosaur. Would you like some help to get started? Okay, let's click on yes. How does your story start? There's a dinosaur, and we click right here in the woods. Okay, and then we hit here. Make sure you use one of the, oh, okay, so see how it corrected me, right? I didn't put punctuation, and so it's going to correct you on that. It's not going to correct it for you. Period. And now we hit again. Describe the dinosaur. It is gigantic and massive. Period. So these little prompters are super helpful for a child who is just starting to write or a struggling writer who hasn't quite been able to use other programs, and this really gets their creative juices flowing and just prompts them and gets the wheels turning. So what I'd like to do now, all in all, here are the pros and cons of this program. The pro is that it's fun games. Number 2 is that I really like their setup of their lessons, the feedback that the company provides. It is self-guided, it is self-motivating because the kids get automatic feedback with it, as you saw with the prompters from my son's exercise. And then another huge pro, honestly, is the cost. So the cost is not expensive for what you are getting. The value, the content that is here, helping your child to read, write, and type. That is like triple. That is awesome. Reading, writing, and typing everything out is absolutely huge. So check the link in the description box below because they have been so kind and so generous as to providing some fun incentives for you signing off, like free months and things like that. So look down below and go check them out. Take it for a test run. You can totally take it for a test run, and all but my promo code and everything will be linked down below. Now, for one of the cons, I had mentioned about the reading and the typing. If your child cannot read, it's not impossible to do this program, but it makes it a little bit more difficult. It can help with reading, which is why I strongly suggest it. Another thing is the typing. If your child does not know how to type on a computer, this is going to be very difficult for them and frustrating for you. My children started with a typing program a year and a half ago now, and it's called Typesy. And so my kids are accustomed to typing. I want them to know how to type. I want them to know how to do all of that, so that it's not an issue for us. So just know that like they're going to have to type, but it can also help them. It can also help them as well. And honestly, those are the only 2 cons, if you will, that I'll say about this program. Just the typing and the reading if your child's not familiar with either of those. All in all, double thumbs up on this program. Our son has really enjoyed watching these videos. He's really enjoyed creating his own stories and then getting the feedback and earning points and doing the fun games. It's been wonderful. So again, check the link in the description box below. I can't say enough about this program. Leave me a comment below if you have done this program, if you are interested in it. I'd love to hear your thoughts about what you are using for writing. But again, thumbs up. Thank you so much, Night Zookeeper, for keeping me in the loop about this, for providing me with another writing tool for my children. I absolutely love it. So make sure you tap that subscribe button. I will see you in next week's video. Take care, friends. Bye.